Hi, my name is Graham Drew, and this is Corey Hayes. He's going to be asking me questions every week about Poly B piping. Let's get into it.
Bring it on.
All right, what's the question of the week, Corey?
All right, Graham, I got a question here asking, what do you replace Poly B piping with and why?
All right, so great question. When you're doing a Poly B remediation, you have a couple different choices. You can go with PEX piping to replace your Poly B, or you could go with copper. And a lot of people think that, hey, there was never any problems with copper, let's replace it with copper. It's a great idea. And you know what? It's not a bad idea. There's only a couple negatives on it, which prevent us from using copper as our choice of piping. So first of all, copper is expensive. For a regular two-story house, you're probably looking at about $8,000 in materials just for the copper and about 3 weeks of labor. So we either have to solder all the joints or we have to use a new system called ProPress. And you know, with copper piping, we only can do straight lines. We can't bend around corners. We have to do solid 90s or T's. So it's quite labor intensive. So the average cost to replace a two-story house with copper piping would be roughly, $30,000 to $60,000, depending. Alternatively, you can use PEX piping. We personally use an exclusive line of Class-A PEX piping made for us by Rayhow. It's cross-linked, multi-woven piping that has UV protection, and it's just incredible stuff. Our stuff is rated for 497 PSI and has a life expectancy of 100 plus years. Now, going back to copper, copper's life expectancy, depending on if you're using type L or type M, is between 50 and 75 years. So both great products. It's just more of a cost effectiveness. And with PEX piping, we can do a house in guaranteed 72 hours just for the repiping. So that really makes a big difference when you're considering on what type of pipe to replace your Poly B with. So hopefully that helps. If you have another question, drop a comment below. I'd be more than happy to help you next week.
Hey Graham, thanks for answering this week's question on Poly B. Stay tuned for next week's question or leave us a comment below and we'll create another video answer.